Hi, welcome back to our Mandalorian cosplay build series. My name is Chris, this is the Camille Corp, and today we're going to be talking about one logistical piece of this build that is preventing me from moving forward with a lot of the other printing. And of course, we're talking about the flight suit or the undersuit that sits underneath the hard pieces of the armor that we're going to be printing. Having that so that you can adequately size what you're doing is super important. So why don't we jump in and see what options are out there? Stick with me. Hi, welcome back to part 3 of the Mandalorian cosplay build. I have been busy on the printer, obviously getting the helmet done. I got the chest, the abdomen, the hand toppers, but I'm kind of at a standstill until I get the flight suit sorted. After doing some research, it's not just a simple flight suit that you can go on Amazon or eBay and pick up. I mean, you can, and that's fine. But if you're going for more accuracy, there is some things to consider. So if we look, this is what the Mandalorian's flight suit looks like. Or this one, depending on which season you're watching, right? And you'll notice it's not just the flight suit. It's a double-layered thing. You almost have a short sleeve over top of a long sleeve, and then you've got like the flak jacket and like the belt cummerbund thing going on. So in order to emulate as much of that as possible, you kind of have to outsource this, and there are a couple options. First one, if you opt not to outsource, is using some medical scrubs to put things together. Now, the link to this thread is in the description below, so you can check that out if this is something that you'd like to do. But from what I've gathered, you buy the short sleeve shirt, you buy the pants, you buy a second pair of pants because you're going to take those pants sleeves and you're going to make that long sleeve appearance from that. From there you can do some stitching, you can get some things put together, and there's even a section on that flak jacket and how exactly that works. The second option available to you is from skycosume.com, which is a out of China, a cosplay shop where you can go, you can get the flak jacket, the pants, the jacket, the cummerbund, the whole shebang for around $115. Obviously, it's coming from China. You know there's going to be a drop in quality because of that. But if you really want to go all out, Magnoli Clothiers out of New Zealand does perhaps the best one that I have seen yet. Now, you're going to be paying $350, but the quality and the attention to detail are top-notch, and they will even work with you since it's sized to you specifically on any customizations you may want as well. If you've heard of Magnoli Clothiers before, that might be because you are into something like Doctor Who cosplay. They do a great 10th Doctor suit, for example. So they are a legitimate, great, high-quality option, but you do pay for that. I did some pondering and some soul-searching, and I couldn't bring myself to spend $350 on just the flight suit for my cosplay. So what I did was I went with the Sky version, Sky Costumes. And here are the product shots side by side. On this side you have Magnoli, and on this side you have the Sky Costumes. You can see the difference in quality from these shots. However, since a lot of this is going to be covered by armor, and I do have the opportunity to make some adjustments and some tweaks, I'm probably going to try and do something with that belt or that cummerbund. But I made the decision that for the money I was willing to spend, and even this, it's like $115. Plus, it's got to get here from China, and it's got to actually look like what I ordered. So this is what I'm waiting on. Once I get this, I can start to size the other components of the armor correctly. I've already started doing the same kind of method I did for the helmet with the shoulder pauldrons. And if you're unfamiliar with that method, I recommend checking out the previous video in this series where I talked about the process of going into Prusa Slicer and taking a subsection or a cross section of a model and printing that out to see if that fits. So that is something worth watching if you are curious. In the meantime, I will be waiting for this to arrive. I will be starting to sand the helmet. I've already got the chest. It's a little dusty, but it is sanded and primed and looking pretty good. And then I will start in on the abdomen piece as well, which did recently come off the printer. And needs a little bit of work. So that's kind of where I'm at right now with the build. So I would say the next video you see from me is going to be tackling the sanding. I'm going to be using a mouse sander, and I'm going to be starting at 80 and going probably up to 400 or 800. Coats of primer to see where we have layer lines, and then some resanding. So keep watching. If this is something that you are interested in following along with, I do recommend that you go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well as the bell notification so that when I post new content you get notified. Also, a thumbs up on the video would be helpful if this is something you enjoyed. If you didn't enjoy it or you didn't find any value, I'll even accept the thumbs down. I won't be offended. So stick with us because I'm really excited about where we are and where this is going to go. My ultimate goal is, of course, to have this thing ready by Halloween. So thank you so much for your time. Please hit me up in the comments if you have any questions, comments, suggestions, or other things that you've used for the Flightsuit or the Undersuit. Because other people watching this can learn from those who have come before. Thank you so much for your time. We'll see you next time. And in the meantime,